Yes. Thank you for being here. I am your nutritionist and I'm sharing because I care. Man, let's get into this because this is some very, very interesting stuff I want to share. Now, if you're new, I just want to say thank you for being here. Um, I also want to share or invite you to go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I want to just quickly tell you what I'm going to tell you. And that is, we're going to talk about gut health. And I'm going to share something with you that I'm going to go very slow because if you are interested in gut health, and we're talking about the gut microbiome, you want to understand what I'm going to share. Seriously, because this is some emerging science that is going to be a game changer. It's a game changer now for people who are aware of it, but it's going to be a huge game changer. And I'm going to share with you what Dr. Sabine Hazan just came out with, new study, where she demonstrates the importance of vitamin C on gut health. Now, first and foremost, you got to ask yourself, well, why would this even be important? Well, when 70% of your immune system is your gut microbiome, that's important. If over 90% of serotonin, right, this is the molecules that play a huge role in how we feel. This touches on mental health related issues. Over 90% of serotonin is produced in your gut. That's a big deal. Dopamine, 50% is produced in your gut. So your gut microbiome is very important. So you know how you see people walking around wearing masks? Um, and a lot of them are wearing masks because they're concerned about their health. They don't want to get sick. They don't want to get other people sick. Whether people believe that or not, or whether there's science that supports that, to me, whenever I see someone wearing a mask, that means that I believe they're very mindful, that they're concerned about their health. And I don't think you have to wear a mask to be concerned with your health. I'm concerned with my health, and many of us are concerned with our health. Many of you who are listening to me share is because you're interested in your health. So your gut microbiome is critical. Now, over 2,000 years ago, Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut. And where we are today is we know that scientifically that is true. And if you got cancer, or if you have some type of health condition, as you're treating whatever that is, you're also treating the gut. That's just what it is. It's going to be that way till the end of time. So knowing the importance of the gut, you go into it like Dr. Sabine did a study where she identified a certain family of bacteria that lives in our gut that when you have a good amount of this bacteria, it's a signal that you have a pretty strong um, immune system. And that family is bifidobacteria. And inside of that family, she knows that when the percentage of your gut bacteria is low when it comes to bifida, then you're more compromised when it comes to your health. So the best example I could give you is you've heard of HIV and we've heard of AIDS. Well, when a person has AIDS, they're terminal, they die. But it's not necessarily the AIDS that kills them. If they got an infection, and like a tooth infection, for instance, and they had AIDS, they'll probably die because their immune system is compromised. Well, when your bifida bacteria, that family of bacteria is low, you're compromised. So you want to have a good amount of bifidobacteria. When they did the test on young kids from 0 to 20 who strong immune systems, they were up really high numbers. So let's say 15's high, okay, like 15%. Let's say that's really high, which it is. Then when they had people who were dead, or people going through chemo, or people who were taking laxatives, or people who were had a lot of challenges with their health, their percentage was extremely low. And when it's low, again, you're compromised, you're more vulnerable. So at the end of the day, we all want to have a strong bifidobacteria. Okay, so once you get that, there's a marker that we can look at now. There's a marker. So then the question is, well, how can I get checked? Well, there are some things out there where you can get checked. Or you could just assume no matter what, even if your bifidobacteria family is low, you want to do the things that are going to like build it up, if that's possible. And there's a whole nother conversation when I say if that's possible, because sometimes the only way you're going to be able to restore that bifidobacteria is to do what they call a microbiome transplant or a fecal transplant, which means they take someone who has a good amount of bifidobacteria and they plant it inside of you, like almost like you're planting flowers, right? And then it takes root, and then you can kind of reestablish your bifida. Well, this is what she just came out with as it pertains to vitamin C. That taking vitamin C on a regular basis, and I believe this is the same as it pertains to vitamin D. But in this paper, she just came out with vitamin C 100% helps to grow your bifidobacteria. So if you get what I'm saying, and you're not taking vitamin C on a daily basis, I strongly recommend you take vitamin C on a regular basis. Just make it part of your staple. And when you have that bifida and it's up, not only is your immune system stronger, everything in your gut microbiome is better. Vitamin C is your friend. Vitamin D is your friend. Eating a variety of foods is your friend. Now, there's certain foods that you can eat that actually increase your bifida. And if I'm coaching you and you get to hear me share this, make sure we have a conversation about which foods we know scientifically will increase your bifidobacteria. Okay, so the take home here is if you're going to take a multivitamin, that's great because most multis are going to have vitamin C and D in it, D3 specifically. If you are not taking a multi and you are not taking a daily vitamin C, I strongly recommend you do so. Over the counter, just do it. And I'll do a follow-up because I want to share some additional things about vitamin D. But the last thing I want to share is that when your gut health is in a good place, you're able to take in more nutrients. You are making the most of the foods and the energy that you consume. Weight loss becomes easier. I mean, so many things are easier and better when you have a healthy gut. Okay, so that's my 2 cents for today. I hope everybody is doing well. Vitamin C is our friend. I took mine this morning as I'm working through a little bit of some sniffles. I'm seeing quite a few people getting sick. And you know what? I definitely compromised myself a little bit. And that's because my sleep was off. And I probably went about 3 weeks not taking my vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc, which I take every day. So I'm back on it. I'm drinking water. And I want to encourage you to do the same. So I'm Robert Ferguson. Thank you for making time. Again, I share because I care. Vitamin C is our friend, everybody. Vitamin C is our friend.